Welcome back again, guys, to your FX. We're trading live. It's Friday morning. I just got kicked out of this trade on USD, but let me explain. Let me give you guys a breakdown on this trade that I took yesterday. So let me clean up this. So yesterday we had this nice push to the downside, right, where we find price action had a support. So we marked out the support, went on a 4 hours time frame. We noticed that price bounced from the support, went back up to retest these previous highs. So what we did, we moved this, bring it here, and pull it across. So we saw that price was respecting this area as resistance that was previously a support there. So we noticed price was moving sideways, so we bring, I don't want to let the charts look messy or anything, so that is why I don't do this, but yeah, just trying to let it look clean as possible. So what we did was we bring this across and create a zone, right? So price is in this zone right here, ranging, and what we did was we went on the 30 minutes time frame and we saw that price closed beneath this zone, right? So after this bearish candle, we saw a push phase and price went straight down and closed beneath the zone. So that was a perfect entry for us. So we'll go back on 4 hours time frame so you guys could see. Remember, this didn't happen as yet, so price was looking something like, well, yeah, price was looking something like this then. But so on the hour time frame, the hourly time frame, the 1 hours, we noticed we had this zone right here that was created. Price break the zone. We went on 30 minutes time frame and we saw that price was coming back as a retest, and that's when we went into the trade right here. So it was right almost at the tip of this wick. We got an entry. Our stop loss was, I think, was 8 pips, and our TP was 25 pips. Yeah, so our TP was 25 pips. Yeah, so I'm going to show a clip after this so you guys could see what exactly happened and how the trade played out. Exactly what happened, and that was a nice winning trade that we had. Price then came back and formed support at this area again. So we had support at this area, and then price pulled away, pushed back to the upside, which we're going currently in right now. So let me get rid of this. Right, so as you guys see, the price action is live. Go down the 4 hours time frame. We saw that price came back to this area as support, and we had a strong push to the upside, a strong fully formed 4 hours bullish candle, and then we had this retracement. But if you should go on 1 hour's time frame, you notice price created this zone right here. Next zone again. Let me go on the 30 minutes time frame, you guys can see clear. So the 30 minutes time frame, price action create this zone. So we said if price could break this zone, right, if price could break this zone, came back as a retest, we would look for the buy. But what happened is that when I was waiting for this trade to play out, what I noticed, if you look to the left, we had this previous area that was previously support and resistance. So when I saw price break this zone, right? Price broke this zone, broke away from this zone. I said I wanted a retest so I could get a nice entry right here. So the trade would look something like this, right? The trade would look something like this. Stops 8 pips, which is in the zone itself. So if price should come back, it would come back to at least the highs of these candles before moving back to the upside. So I say if price could come down to the highs of these candles, get an edge right here, 8 pip stop loss, and our TP would have been 15 pips, which is right there. So 15 pips, so stop. Our TP would have been 15 pips, sorry, and that would have been right where the zone is, right? And we would have got out of the trade after price push out, get our 15 pips. If we had a pullback, then we would have been out of the trade. But I saw this area to the left, and then I started to reconsider the trade. I didn't want to push it because remember guys, it's Friday in the morning right now, and you know it's the last day, the last trading day of the week. So I didn't want it to went ahead and, you know, rush into any trade once I'm feeling uncomfortable about the setup. So what happened, the trade eventually played out. I didn't take the trade, so the trade would have looked something like this. If I did take the trade, 15 pips, I would have 2 entry on the trades. After hitting my TP1, I would have traded my stop loss right here. So I have my stop loss trade right here, and after seeing this candle close, would have then trailed it to our TP, and yeah, so on and so on. But we didn't take that trade. So let's go on to Euro USD right now, which I took a loss. So Euro USD, same setup we had for Euro USD, but before we got into a sell yesterday, and this is what happened. So we were supposed to get into this trade right here, but we were so focused on EURJPY we didn't get our entry, and I didn't like how this setup did look at first, because if you guys notice, we had like rejection here, and then we had a next rejection, and price closed, this candle closed in the zone itself. So that is why I didn't take this trade. But after seeing price break the zone with this 30-minute candle, we didn't get a retest back up to these levels, so I didn't get into the trade, and the trade played out wonderful. So the trade would have looked something like this. 9 pips stop loss above this candle, TP 25 pips, yeah. So that would have been the trade, but we didn't take that trade. So yeah, that's what happened for that trade, because price was in this zone. As you guys see, price was in this zone, and price break the zone, wanted a retest to take the sell, and that was it. We missed that trade. Price then came down fine. Price came down and found a support here, right here, right? So price was right here, bouncing on this area, and a push back to the upside. So let's go on the 4 hours time frame. So if you guys notice, the 4 hours candle close with a lot of selling pressure, right? 4 hours close with a lot of selling pressure. That's how the candle closed. So I was wondering, like, if price would have pushed back, retest at least 50, retrace 50% at this 4 hours candle before a continuation to the downside, and price didn't do that. Price came back up. Price came back up, and on the 1 hours time frame, Yes, so price came back up on the 1 hours time frame. We had this close right above here, and then price came back down again for a second retest, which is a double bottom, and from there price continued to move to the upside. So we waited, we then pulled this to the upside because price was moving down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So put it straight across, right? And what we did was we noticed price was moving sideways right here, so we just increase the size of this to let it be a next zone, to include it into the zone itself. So we told ourselves we wanted to see price break this, came back as a retest, push to the upside. So as you guys see, price broke out of the zone, closed above this bearish candle, wicked into the zone and closed above the zone. This wasn't our trading time. As you guys see, this was 2:30 in the morning now. Well, it's not 2:30 now, it's 5 o'clock, but 2:30 price was right here. We didn't get in on an entry right here because that was too early. Was waiting to see what price would do at opening and London session. So 3 o'clock, right, 3:30 right here, London session price push the upside and close above these candles. So that's where I put this now and say, well, price close above these candles, so price is out of the zone, right? So we wanted to see price come back as a retest, right? So remember guys, price was in this zone right here. Price started to move sideways again. We increase the size of the zone and we pull it across, and we notice that price closed above, came back wicked in, still closed above the zone. We had a next bearish candle which then closed in the zone but with a lot of buying pressure. So that suggests that buyers are still in control. Price action want to push to the upside. So we then saw this bullish candle at the opening of London session, closed above. So waited for price to pull back as a retest, and we got in our entry. So this is what happened. So when price came back right here, I got in an entry right there, and my stop loss was 8 pips. So my stop loss was 8 pips guys, and my TP was 15 pips. TP just as how UAJPY was 15 pips. That was the idea, that was the plan. 15 pips, got out Friday morning, not looking to hold any trades for no 40, 35, 60 pips. Try to get a quick entry, get our 15 pips or 20 pips, and we're out of the trade because we all know what happens on Fridays. So back to what I was saying. So this is what happened. We got our entry right here. Price then shoot straight down, continue to push aggressively to the downside, kicked us out of the trade, and then price went further down for price went down for like half a pip before then pushing back to the upside, went back into profit, and then it was depressed. Nah, I was kidding. So it was satisfied because it works with our trading plan. That was the plan. Break of the zone, retest, got our entry, and wait for price to push to the upside. But let me show you guys something real quick. If we go on the 4 hours time frame, right? On the 4 hours time frame, we notice we had a bullish candle, a bearish retracement, then our next bullish candle. So what happened is that on this bullish candle out of the zone, right? So let's go on 1 hours now. So this bullish candle out of the zone, price then pushed back to the downside to retest these lows. So what I should have done was waited for price to wick back to these lows or to this area right here before entering the trade. But remember guys, it's a learning process. You learn from your mistakes, and you move on. So what I'm looking at right now is to get a second entry on this trade, but I don't like how this bullish candle close. Yes, it's a lot of buying pressure. We all see this buying pressure right here, buying pressure right here. But if this candle could close bullish after closing, like if price action close something like this to the upside, wait, if price action could close something like this to the upside, right, and price come back at least these areas, we can then place an entry based on that. So the trade will look something like this. But let me see how this 30 minutes kind of close. As I say, guys, it's Friday morning, last trading day of the week. I'm not trying to rush into any trade. We took our L, satisfied with the results, and now we're watching to see what price action is doing. So now, even if you guys should pull this a bit higher, you could still see the same plan that I'm trying to trade. Price in a zone, break out the zone, so price action now break the zone. I'm waiting for this scan to close above the zone, then you will place an entry and you set a target and your stop loss. So that is what is happening right now. I was just waiting to see what price is doing. Maybe we could place an next entry right here, somewhere on here, stop loss 8 pips, but we would have to wait and see. We'd have to wait and see how this 30 minutes can close, how this hourly can close, and based on that we will know what to do next. But yeah, that's it for now. So guys, remember, hit that like button, subscribe, and don't forget to comment. Tell me if you guys like my trading style. Yeah, and next thing to share, guys, on USJPY, right? I was watching this trade for quite some time, noticed it was moving sideways, consolidated. Not when I saw this, like, I was turned off. I just stopped focusing on the trade because I was saying, like, I wanted to take this as a buy, but then when I realized price was moving sideways, because what I wanted was price to break this area and then came back as a retest. So price would have come back as a retest and then pushed to the upside, but price didn't do that. Price went straight into a range, and that was it. When I saw this, I got turned off from the pair. I just watched price move sideways, created my zone, put it to the side. Price went higher, same zone, sideways movements. So hopefully next week price could come back and bounce on this area. We'll wait for the trade to play out. USJPY, same thing. Price had this push to the downside, market push aggressive to the downside. We had a little correction right here in this period. Price then pushed back to the upside. Had a next correction, and based on that correction we saw that it was a zone. So we're waiting for price to break the zone, and hopefully when price come back we would have got an entry, but we missed the entry. Simple break and retest of a zone. Euro and USD, same thing again. Price was gradually pushing to the downside. We didn't see any like, price was moving, but it was consolidating while it was going down, so it's not clear to find entry on a price action that is moving like this. So the best thing is to do is to wait for like a clear break and retest, and based on that you place an entry. So that's exactly what I was doing, and it's working good for me so far. As I say, price break, wait for the retest, based on the retest, enter for the sell. price went back into this range again as I stated. Now price broke out of the range and came back as a retest. We got in our entry right here, we got kicked out the trade, and that was that. So what happened next? You just wait for a different opportunity. So now we have price. Hopefully this can, well, 2 minutes and 34 seconds before this 30 minutes can close. So hopefully when this can close above, we have a next retest to these highs, and based on that we can place our next entry right there. Stop loss 8 pips and TP 15 pips, and wait to see how price will play out. But if you go on the hour time frame, the hour of the candle, notice how price is moving out of the zone. We close above the zone, even though this candle is this candle is not a fully formed bullish candle, but we have a lot of buying pressure displaying on this candle. And now we have this bullish candle that is above the zone, so waiting for price to close above, give us that retest, and based on that we enter for a buy. But as I say guys, I'm not looking to rush into any trade because it's Friday. So yeah, just gonna journal this right now, see how I could go in my journal, and so I go in my journal my trade. So yeah, so thanks again guys for tuning in to our next Young Millie FX video. Remember, hit that like button and subscribe. Peace out.